Hello everybody, I'm Tom and you are watching me play Vampyr. First things first, I'm going to level up. Then we're going to take on a couple of side missions and potentially the next main mission? Hard to say. How much do I have? 2,000. It's not insignificant. This is actually, if you upgrade all the way down this path, you get free interesting. I've probably sped all this part up, by the way. And now we're back to normal speed. What I bought is I upgraded my bite a bunch. I also upgraded fast regeneration so that I actually regen health after I do a bite. So I think that's probably good. I may want to change these at some point, but we'll see. Cool. I healed him, I suppose. How many people can I can actually mesmerize him, Fiddick, and Elwood. Interesting. Alright, so now that I've healed, a couple of things I want to do. One, jump down here. I want to talk to Clay Cox, because I've just healed him, and I don't know whether that does anything. If it does, cool. If not, I mean, he's healed. That's something, I suppose.
Hey, Doc.
Nothing new. Okay.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Alright, so first things first. Ooh. Hello.
Hello again, Mr. Blight. I'm happy to see Mr. Thatcher is safe for now.
I'm eternally grateful, Doctor. We were total strangers and you helped us anyway. Can't thank you enough, sir.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
I can believe it.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
Damn.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
Probably fairly common, I would say.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
Mm-hmm.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
From what I gathered when I was talking to him, he seems like he's probably got, Oh, I got a new thing. He seems like he had claustrophobia. He was really scared about being down there and needed to get and see the sky, is the words he used. And I feel like that's a fairly...
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
That'll
No, you
fucking do
don't.
it.
You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Fuck me. I think that'd screw anybody up.
Goodbye,
I'd be
Mr.
terrified of rats as well.
Take care of yourself.
Whew. I want to check whether Oswald's down here somewhere. Is that him there? Yeah, that's him, right? Yeah.
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher. Do you feel any better now?
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
There you go. Claustrophobia, as I thought.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Seems like a bad idea. Oswald prefers to deal with his claustrophobia himself and does not want hospital treatment. Okay.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital, but I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Right. Interesting. Ordinarily, someone with claustrophobia wouldn't be scared of going into a hospital. Huh. Maybe he doesn't have claustrophobia. Maybe he's, like, self-diagnosed incorrectly. Interesting.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
Probably got buried alive, similar to the other guy, right? Buried in bodies.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Shit. I got something for both of them there. Buried alive in a bombing during the war. Yeah, okay. Same hint. Different people.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, and days like months. Oh, the terror. The shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
Committing suicide?
Shameful thoughts. Tell me about them.
At some point, I don't remember which day, but when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about...
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
I thought about what I could do to survive. Just for a few more days.
Kill his friend and eat him.
I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
That is kind of a trigger you can get for PTSD. A lot of people, it's not so much they see horrible things, it's more that they see horrible things in themselves. So like you get it with a lot of soldiers who come back, and the reason that they get this sort of disjointed cognitive dissonance is because maybe they killed someone and they found that they actually enjoyed the process, and that doesn't fit with who they are as a person, so they get fractured. And it may be a similar thing here, where like even the fact that he thought about killing his friend just Like, yeah. It's a cognitive dissonance where ordinarily you would never think of it, but you're pushed to that situation and you're like, oh my god, I'm actually capable of thinking of something like this. It's interesting.
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
Didn't it, though? I'm sorry? Oswald and Newton Blight are in love with each other. How did I get that? I didn't pick that one up at all. Okay. I want to go here first.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about was their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
I kind of get it.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
See, I didn't intuit that whatsoever, but apparently Johnathan did. So that's cool. That's interesting.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
So now I can go up and talk to, is it Newton? It's Thatcher and Newton, right? Oh. And we're back, I found him. He's right down here. Interesting.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. You doing your rounds as usual?
You and Oswald were buried alive during the war. Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was last summer. A shell hit our trench and we were buried for a week.
A week. That's kind of insane.
How did you survive for a week?
Luckily for us, there were rations and water in the tunnel. It was an outpost, see. Since then, Oswald's not keen on being inside for too long.
The lip syncing went a bit weird there.
Oswald seemed far more traumatized than you by the event.
It wasn't the first time it happened to me. Surviving it again gave me strength. You believe that?
Interesting. Because he was buried by the bodies, I suppose. And the phobia of rats kind of took over the phobia of being stuck underground.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know, I never thought I'd love a man.
So he is ashamed to an extent, but he's not ashamed of Oswald, he's ashamed of homosexuality more generally. I mean, this doesn't really fit with the time. I feel like a randomized doctor would probably be not okay with homosexuality in 1918. But I'm a progressive doctor, so enjoy your love.
Enjoy your love. And enjoy life as long as you can, Mr. Blight. Don't let anyone tell you who you should love or how you should love them.
I appreciate your kind words, sir. But it ain't that easy. It's all so new to me.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. It's not like it'd be just that easy. It's like, hey, accept your homosexuality, and he just would. But, you know. $19.18. Definitely not accepted, that's for sure. But I'm going to head down to the docks because I want to do this quest here. Which is the missing ingredients quest, which is for... I can show it in here. It's for Ackroyd... Well, it's technically for Strickland, because he wants to do the blood transfusion on the patient, and Ackroyd doesn't think it's a good idea. And honestly, I'm kind of agreeing with Ackroyd, because from what he was telling me, Strickland has never successfully done this surgery, ever. So, I wouldn't entirely trust it. Which way are we going? Oh. That's a lot of blood. I was going to go this way, but I guess I'm going this way. Huh. Everyone Wookiee's about to get eaten.
Last warning, sir!
A leech! A leech!
How did he know? The dodge is sometimes kind of weird. Oh, he hit me twice with the fire. That's kind of annoying. See how much damage this does now. Significant. Fair enough. Can I go through here? No, but I can pick up these shillings. Don't really need to eat a mouse. Alright, I'm still heading in the right direction, so I can just head this way. And then this way? No, this is a dead end, but... might be some shit in here I can take. I like shit. Nothing too interesting.
There's safer places to be than here.
They kind of warn you off a bit. I kind of have to cross that bridge though, don't I? So I kind of have to kill him, I think. Yeah.
Filthy piece of shit!
That was actually kind of easy. Alright, so I need to go right? Or no, I think I have to go straight. Yeah, I have to go straight, but up here and straight. Easy enough. A bit further this way. I can hear a skull. I just can't see one. So where is this pharmacy? Interesting. I assume there's a door somewhere here that I can walk in? It looks like it should be just here, right? 18 meters. Maybe it is on the other side. I'll take the back way then, I suppose. I'm stuck. I'm gonna die. That's one thing that's kind of annoying about the combat in this game, is if you get stuck on a wall, you die almost immediately. Having said that, it's probably fairly easy to avoid getting stuck if you're more careful. Where am I? I'm where I want to be. I ran out of stamina. I will cut to the point where I actually beat him. Well, I did it. Just. Whew. I needed drugs for that one. of Dr. Thoreau Strickland, Pembroke Hospital, list of substances, ingredients, Lacrima papaveris, medical opium, okay. Sodium hypochlorite and potassium permanganate. Fair enough.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Pretty much. Tell what happened to Thoreau Strickland. Alright, so I gotta head back now. Shouldn't be too difficult. I got no blood, but I might be able to find someone on the way who can give me some. Like these nerds. Apparently you can walk up to the side of them and they don't see you.
Christ, he's dead!
That was fairly easy. I'm gonna run this way because I think I can just straight up run this way without any problem. I need to go this way. It's fine. Nothing to see here. I'm just walking this way.
You listening?
Nope. I can just run like that. I don't think I'm good. So I was thinking I could maybe get 3 missions done this episode. I got like 1. Granted, I kind of talked to the 2 soldiers and sort of sorted that shit out as well. So kind of like 2 missions done, but 1 main mission. Or 1 side mission technically, but like 1 completed mission. He'll be at the back. And grab some more ingredients on the way. That's him right there, I think.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reid? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reid. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reid. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reid. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You can't be serious. You have to stop this before you lose yourself. Lives are at stake here, remember?
I'm a competent doctor, and my value has been proven already. Frankly, I'm disappointed to hear you, above all, speaking so ill of me.
Well, I mean, you've failed everything you've tried. You're clearly not a competent doctor. You're like a dickhead. Nothing wrong with arrogance as long as you're good enough to back it up. And clearly you're not.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps An adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
Aha. Ferrous tartrate. So you replace the opium with a shitload of ferrous tartrate. Fair enough. I think I probably have enough for that, like, right now. Which is why I'm running back to my desk. Maybe I don't. Let's check my inventory, I suppose. Opium. Got a bunch. Potassium, I've got enough. Sodium hypochlorite, I have enough. And ferrous tartrate, I have enough. This is my medical desk, right? I am confused. I'll cut here until I figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do, and then we'll be back, and I'll finish off this mission. And then that'll be it for today, unfortunately. I probably didn't even cut. I found it.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
I think I will report him to Ackroyd. Because, like, there's a difference here, right? Like, you do need to push medical research, sure. And I'm even sympathetic to the idea that trying to go behind, like, approval and, like, actual medical... like, medical studies and things that are, like, actually sanctioned, all that kind of stuff. I have some sympathy about going behind that if the patient wants it. But he doesn't seem to be giving informed consent to these patients that he's experimenting on. He seems to just be experimenting. Also worth noting that he keeps failing. Like, he's not a good doctor. He's kind of a shit doctor. Is that Ackroyd? Yeah, I think I'm gonna tell Ackroyd.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
I know that you're a busy man, but I could use your help and advice.
The great Dr. Reid honors me with a request. What is it exactly?
Dr. Strickland devised an experimental drug for the Spanish flu that he asked me to manufacture.
You know what I think of fringe medical experimentation?
That's exactly why I want you to keep the result, Doctor. I made sure it won't harm anyone, but I'd like you to take care of it.
I see. Put it in my cabinet. I'll give you the key. I'll make sure no one uses this medication by mistake.
I'll do that. Thank you for your help, Dr. Ackroyd.
Thank you for your trust on the matter, Dr. Reid.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
Interesting. Fair enough.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Now, can I play it both ways and then give it to give it to Strickland as well? That's the real question.
This hospital seems to be falling.
There he is. Play both sides.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid. Can I be of any help?
Apparently not.
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Didn't really take the correct message out of that as far as I can tell, but
Goodbye,
whatever.
Dr. Strickland.
I mean, the fact that it's a placebo means they probably could have given it to patients, but if it's a placebo, what's the fucking point? Where is his office? Is it upstairs? I think it's upstairs. I think it's like the one next to mine. No, not that one. Up here, probably. Oh, that's all of them. That's like a joint office.
It's locked. Now that Dr. Ackroyd has been warned, he should make good use of this formula.
Will he though? I think he just won't use it. Whatever.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Letter to Dr. Swansea. Pembroke Hospital, the 14th of October. Who is this written by? Ackroyd, okay. Dear Dr. Swansea, despite the actual urgency of the sanitary situation, I must inform you of a recent case of professional misconduct inside the Pembroke. Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan has been found guilty of undeniable unprofessional conduct, and thus guilty of endangering a patient. Under no circumstances should a nurse diagnose and establish a prescription without at least informing the referring doctor about her conclusion. I pronounced that incorrectly, but whatever. You know me, Edgar. I'm not against personal initiative when it is for the interest of all, especially during a crisis like the one we are facing, but we can't allow a nurse to perform a diagnosis and decide on a procedure to apply to a patient. The fact that said patient survived is no attenuating circumstance. It just means we dodged the bullet this time. I demand the strictest authority on this matter. Very respectfully, Dr. Averley Ackroyd. Okay. Interesting. It's suspected of neglecting our personal... Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I'm gonna forget if I don't do this right now, so I'm going to go talk to... What's-her-face? Gwyneth Brannigan, and see if I can actually point that out at all. And then we'll finish. Unless that points me to talk to someone else, because... You know, this game. Hawkins... There she is.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, Nurse.
Yes, nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
At the very least, Corrigan thinks that she's good enough to be a doctor. That's the thing. Ordinarily, I'd be like, sure, there's no reason she couldn't be a doctor, but because she's only able to become a nurse, it means she's only had training as a nurse. I suppose she's fairly old, so she'd be like, yeah, we're fine.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK Medical Register. Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Call me bitch. Alright, let's see. So that wasn't even...
Fine, nurse.
I'm
Call
happy
me
with
if
that
you need
decision.
assistance.
That decision was literally just, I support you as trying to go to school and actually become a doctor. Not, I support you continuing to act as a doctor even though you're not. which is why I was worried about the decision. But in any case, I'm going to run back to my... In fact, I may even level up again. Let's have a look. I have 1185. Need to be level 10 to get that, unfortunately. I may get that because it's cheap. Oh, I'm not quite level 10 yet. Now I'm level 10. What are these? You focus your power to boil your target's blood, causing it to violently explode, dealing damage to the target and anything nearby. Holy shit. Abyss. You create a shadow vortex at your target's feet. Coming to life, the shadows interrupt an enemy in the area and inflict tremendous damage. Okay, that seems similar to Shadow Mist, but I guess it's just bigger. Rage. You lose control and let the beast take over for a short time. The beast teleports itself to all enemies around you and strikes them with furious blows. I mean... yes, right? I really want this. Costs 1,000. I have 200 left. I can't buy anything with 200, right? I think 300 is the cheapest. Yeah. No, confirm. Cool. Alright. So I know what I'm aiming for next. Oh, they have fatigue. That makes a lot of sense. Alright, so first things first, I'll have to remember to cure everyone of fatigue. Do I have the cure for fatigue? Pretty sure I do. I'm gonna have a look. Let's see, if we go over here. Cure for fatigue. I can build some more of these, so I will. I'll go to 10. So that should cover everyone, I think. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So that'll give me 3 fatigue cures. I don't have the headache cure yet. I don't know where I get that, but we shall see. In any case, that's all for now, so thanks for watching. I shall see you next time, where we're going to cure everyone of fatigue, so that'll be fun. And then we are going to, while I'm here, I want to track this. Track. Yep. So we're going to head up here and do this. Shouldn't be too difficult now that I'm leveled up. But we'll do this quest, which shouldn't take too long, and then get onto the main story. I think we can probably cure everyone fatigue, do this, and do this next episode. Granted, I said that last episode and it didn't happen, so we'll see. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye.